Well, nothing like a 6-spot in the top of the inning to make your pitcher feel pretty good out there. 3 of those due to that big home run blast to center field by Brandon Phillips. 8-2. Reds over the Rockies, and now Matt Belisle's turn to take over here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He dispatched the Rockies fairly easily in the last inning, giving up only a 2-out double to Willie Taveras. He now works through the middle of the Rocky order.
Two and 0 to Matt Holliday. On the ground, and a diving attempt by Hatterberg, but it scoots by him into right field, so a single the other way by Holliday to begin the Colorado 6th. It might be a 6-run lead, and they might have the humidor working very, very well, and home runs certainly are down in this ballpark, but you don't even take a 6-run lead for granted here.
If you're Matt Belisle, you go out there and you think, I'm pitching in a 1-run ball game. Not just going to fire fastballs in there trying to get ahead of the hitters, not when you're facing the likes of Todd Helton.
1-0 to Helton. Count even at 1-1. The Cardinals have scored 3 times in the top of the 10th to take an 8-6 lead over Houston. The Astros are batting in the bottom of the 10th, and so far they have scored a run. Helton pops it up. Hopper there to get it, 1 away.
Good little sinking fastball right there by the Reds pitcher. He gets Todd Helton to angrily flip the bat away as he pops up a pitch that is a pitcher's pitch. Of course, Helton, as good as he is, probably doesn't think he should ever make it out.
Garrett Atkins has not made an out today. A home run to left field, and then a little pop fly double that was barely fair up the right field line. His last at bat, he has scored both Colorado runs. High fly ball into straightaway center field. Phillips going out. Wise now finding it. And Dwayne there to get it for out number 2. Well, here's Matt Belisle yet again, putting together another solid start.
Well, this is what you really like about Matt Belisle, is the fact that here the Reds spot him to a lead, and he goes right out there and he takes control in the inning. Even though he gives a leadoff opposite field ground ball base hit, he still goes out there and he bows his neck a little bit, and he fires strikes right to the heart of the lineup. 2 very good hitters back to back in Helton and Atkins.
And 1 more to go, and Brad Hawpe. Hawpe lined out to the second baseman in the 4th inning. He doubled off the right field wall to knock in a run in the 4th.
These are the kind of games that your manager's thinking, all right, we gave you 8 runs out there. Let's see if you can take us deep into a ball game. Save the bullpen a little bit. Of course, with the off day tomorrow, there'll be plenty of rested arms for that St. Louis series.
Only 82 pitches in the game for Belisle. Not a great count, but certainly not a bad count. 2 outs into this 6th inning. 2 balls and a strike to Brad Hawpe. Three and 1. Not a good sequence there for Belial. Walking home. Now all of a sudden, maybe you throw one right down the middle on 3-1 and he hit his seats. You're still up by 4. But now with a walk, you're a home run from just like that. Truly getting Colorado back into the game.
Yeah, and a good time for a pep talk right there from his catcher, Chad Moeller, too. You know, you begin to lose your concentration a little bit. It's a natural thing when you get a lead out there to kind of let things begin to get away from you sometimes, thinking, well, I can relax a little bit. Fortunately for Belial, he's down at the bottom of the Rocky order.
Torrealba has lined to short and grounded sharply to short. 2 on, 2 out. And Belial jumps ahead on the roller foul. 0-1 on Yorvi Torrealba. Reds, as we mentioned, at off day tomorrow. Will fly to St. Louis after the game today. They'll have Harang, Arroyo, and Loesch in St. Louis against Wellmeyer, Thompson, and Wainwright. 3 straight right-handers. Base hit into right center field. Going to bring in a run. Wise over to cut it off. Advancing on to third is Hawk. Torrealba, his first hit today, and that makes it 8-3 Reds.
A good bit of hitting right here by Torrealba. He just kind of goes the other way with a pitch that is 87 miles an hour. I think that's either the slider or the cutter right there, but either way, both hits in this inning have gone opposite field by the Rockies, and that'll bring Dick Pole out of the Reds dugout to go talk to his young right-hander. Nobody up and throwing down in the Reds bullpen. Well, they've got a covey of youngsters down there. There's Tommy Hume and Mike Stanton and David Weathers has a whole lot of teaching to do.
Yeah.
Of course, the newest Red, Marcus McBeth, is up and ready to throw. Jared Burton is a Rule 5 draftee. It's his first year in the major leagues. Brad Salmon is first year in the big leagues. John Kulanga's first year in the big leagues.
Two on, 2 out. Ball 1 low and away to Jamie Carroll. Carroll is struck out swinging and fouled out to Encarnacion. And a base hit into center field. Back-to-back run-producing singles by the 7 and 8 batters in the Colorado lineup. And now all of a sudden the Rockies are sneaking back in it. That 6-run lead is down to 4, and we're only in the 6th inning.
Well, the Rockies advance with the bell after getting down with 6 runs making 6 runs in the last 2 innings by the Reds, 2 in the 5th and 4 in the last inning. They come striking right back here.
Ryan Spilbors will be the batter, hitting for the pitcher, Ramon Ramirez. Ball 1 away. Two and 0. John Kulangas begins to get loose in a hurry. 4 base runners in this inning for Colorado, and 2 have scored against Matt Belial. Belial still with good life on that fastball. Radar gun says 93 miles per hour. But his command not quite as good as it's been throughout most of the day. This should end the inning. Wise drifting back. He's got it, and that is that. 2 runs in the Rockies 6. We move to the 7th. The Reds in front 8-4. this year when you can't be home to watch your Reds on Fox Sports Net Ohio. Check out MLB.tv. You can log on to the internet and watch every out-of-market game. Catch those you missed on demand or listen to every radio broadcast live. Sign up today for MLB.tv. For more details, visit Reds.com, where baseball is always on. Matt Belisle survives a shaky sixth, where he gives up a couple of runs. He leads by 4 as the Reds come to bat in the 7th. And left-hander Tom Martin takes over on the mound for Colorado.
Not necessarily because it's a left-handed hitting part of the Reds lineup, simply because Clint Hurdle's got a lot of innings to cover here with his starter Rodrigo Lopez leaving in the 5th inning. 13th game for this left-hander. Reds have seen him several times before.
Rockies stay right here. Get to enjoy an off day at home. And then Houston will come to town Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Astros, by the way, lose in extra innings today, just now final. Cardinals win at 8-6. Chad Moeller, Matt Belisle, and then Norris Hopper here in the Reds' 7th inning. 8 runs, 11 hits for Cincinnati. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for Colorado. Chad Moeller 0 for 2, but he drove in a run on a suicide squeeze back in the 2nd inning. Two and 1 on Chad Moeller. So that means this is the only game still being played in the National League today. Told you Arizona beat the Mets 4-1. San Diego over the Nationals 7-3, and the Dodgers beat the Pirates 5-4. Those top 3 teams in the National League West win seemingly every night. The Giants tied the Phillies in the 9th inning against their current closer, number 3 on the depth chart, Antonio Alfonseca. But the Phillies win it in the bottom of the 9th. 9-8 the final. Milwaukee shuts out the Marlins 3-0. And the Cubs finish off Atlanta 10-1. A base hit into left center field by Moeller. Each of those top 3 teams in that National League West now, the Dodgers, San Diego, and Arizona, each of the 3 are 10 games over 500 in the same division. Man.
Get a little interesting when those teams start playing in their own division.
Well, I think they begin, if I'm not mistaken. I think the National League West all goes back toe-to-toe starting tomorrow night. I think the Colorado Rockies are the only team inside that division that play outside the division. Or if not tomorrow, maybe an off day tomorrow, and then the following day. Yeah, a couple of wraparound series take place. The Dodgers play again in Pittsburgh tomorrow. And the Giants play tomorrow in Philadelphia. Bunted by Belisle. Torrealba will flip down to first. So another good job by Belisle. That's his 2nd sacrifice today. His 5th on the year, and he also has a base hit and a stolen base.
Well, you help yourself. You know, if a manager knows that you're a pitcher that can handle the bat even just a little bit, being able to put a bunt down like Belisle has, he's going to leave you in a ball game. You're going to have a chance to pick up more wins that way because you'll stay in a game longer. You'll have to turn over to fewer middle relievers, and that's where oftentimes teams go bad in trying to preserve the lead.
Into center field. It is a base hit for Norris Hopper. Moeller had to make sure that ball would not be caught. So he will advance on 90 feet. And what a day again. What a trip it continues to be for Norris Hopper. He came into this game 9 for 20 on the trip. He has 3 more hits today.
Well, you know, when a guy hits as well as he did last year throughout the entire season, 347, led the International League in batting average. I mean, he's no fluke, but you don't expect that you're going to project that into the big leagues. But he has not taken a hiccup yet. He just continues to swing the bat level and hitting line drives everywhere.
12 for 24 on this road trip now is Norris Hopper. Here's Hatteberg, who is hitless in 4 at-bats. In fact, Hatteberg and Jr. are the only 2 in the original lineup, or for that matter, replacement. Brandon Phillips homered in his only at-bat without hits today. Jr. has walked twice and scored a run.
Lefty-righty split for Scott Hatteberg. This is pretty interesting given the fact that Hatteberg, even though he has limited time against lefties, is hitting 357 against them. Of course, you've got the only true platoon on this ball club with Conine and Scott Hatteberg. Scott Hatteberg making an argument that maybe that platoon ought to go away.
Of course, Conine is too. The way he's swinging the bat, he's had a good year.
Maybe find him a different position. Can he play outfield still?
I wouldn't put anything past Conine. You know, Conine's one of those guys, and you know, Chris, you and I talk about him from time to time, but he is a pro. He's had an outstanding career. He's never been a guy who's going to go to the Hall of Fame, but he really has had an outstanding major league career. He's played a lot of different positions. He knows how to play the right way, always prepared. I wouldn't put anything past him. Meanwhile, Hatteberg pops it up on a 2-1 pitch into foul ground, and Jamie Carroll to catch, and the runner stay put. It's been a rough day for Hatteberg. Now Jr., he's walked twice, scored a run, 0 for 2 officially, struck out in the 3rd inning, fly to center field in the 5th. Strike 1. Popped up, and this should end the inning. Atkins in foul ground to make the catch, and that's at the Reds strand 2. But the Reds lead 8-4. It's time for our Tri-State Chevy dealers 7-inning stretch. Time to take a peek at our Chrysler game summary. A triple by Dwayne Wise knocked in the first run. Back in the 2nd inning. And then the suicide squeeze put on right behind that. Laid down to perfection by Chad Moeller. Brad Hawk tied the game at 2 with a double in the 4th inning. But then the Reds took off from there. A liner by Juan Castro off the glove of Holliday brought in 2 runs in the 5th. And then in the 6th inning, 4 runs scored by the Reds. 3 on 1 swing of the bat by Brandon Phillips, who came on to replace the injured Alex Gonzalez. Still no word from the Reds clubhouse on Gonzalez. If we do hear anything, obviously we'll send it your way.
And through all that time, the constant for the Reds has been Matt Belisle. Takes his ball team into the 7th inning. He's in the bottom of the 7th now. He's allowed 9 hits and 4 runs overall, but he has scattered them around, and sometimes you pitch to the level of the energy of the game. And right now, the Reds have afforded him a few runs with which to work, and Belisle is trying to keep the bullpen out of the game.
Top of the order coming up for Colorado here in the 7th. Taveras, Matsui, and then Holiday. Morris Hopper, a big day today. And a big road trip. A 500 batter on this trip. 12 hits and 24 at bats. Of course, it was last Monday, the final game of the Pirates series, where Hopper collided with Ryan Friel. A comebacker to the mound will take care of Taveras. Unfortunately, it lands Ryan Friel in the hospital and then on the disabled list, and thankfully we hear he's doing well. How long he will be out, we do not know. Our thoughts and prayers are with him, obviously, on a speedy recovery. But Hopper has been given the chance to start every game on this trip, and you talk about a guy making the most of it. That's Norris Hopper.
Kind of interesting, because when Norris Hopper showed up in spring training, he had an outside chance of making the ball club right at the beginning of the year. And of course, Chris Denorfia was one of his outfield competitors, and Denorfia ended up hurting his elbow, having Tommy John surgery, and then subsequently traded to the Oakland A's. So the Reds decided between the two they would keep Hopper, trade away Denorfia, and at this point it looks like they've made the right decision. This young man has gotten hot just at the right time.
Well, you felt so bad for both Hopper and Denorfia, because here they were running neck and neck as to who was going to make the team in spring training. There's a ground ball to second for the second out of the inning. You know the story on both guys. I mean, both have been in the minor leagues a long time. Hopper all those years before finally getting called up last season. Denorfia pretty much the same story, more time than Hopper, but primarily a minor league guy. And here both of them had a chance going into the final week to 10 days of spring training, and both of them get hurt.
Yeah, and both of them very, very good friends with each other. In fact, they're almost best friends. So, you know, here they are competing against each other, trying to take essentially what was one spot. And then as it turned out, neither of them were able to compete because of injury. Of course, the Denorfia injury serious enough to keep him out for the entire season.
And you'd have to say that deal, at least on paper, could turn out to be a nice pickup by the Reds. Now, we have not seen Marcus McBeth throw at the major league level yet. He came up once, didn't appear in a game, went back. Now he's here again. But man, he is getting it done down in AAA Louisville. I mean, some gaudy numbers for McBeth.
Well, they say that if they're going to use him, it'll be one inning at a time. He's not going to get a start. He's not going to be in long relief, and they'll use him the way they used him down in Louisville, with the exception of using him as a closer. And that's Jerry Narron. Looks like when he comes to the mound, it means you're going to make a change.
So another solid effort from Matt Belisle. 6 2/3 innings today. Does give up 10 hits, 4 runs. But Belisle leaves with a 4-run lead in line to pick up his 6th victory of the year. The Reds bullpen with 7 outs to get to make that happen. It starts with John Kudlangas. Matt Belisle leaves a ball game with 1 on and 2 men out here in the 7th inning. Talking with Mark Berry and Bronson Arroyo down there in that Reds dugout. John Kudlangas on to face Todd Helton. Ball 1 up and in.
Very impressive rookie season so far for this young left-hander. He's only been pitching for a couple of years now, considering he signed originally as an outfielder. Forget the earned run average, the sample size in terms of innings not nearly enough. He's been stingy in hits given up to left-handers, but he has been rather liberal in on-base percentage with left-handers. That on-base percentage against lefties for Kudlangas is around 400, and Helton will take a walk.
Kudlangas faced Helton in the opening game of this series. That's when Kudlangas came in with the bases loaded to face Todd Helton. You got Helton to hit a soft ground ball to short, which Alex Gonzalez committed an error on. And Kudlangas got the final out of that inning. Got the first 2 batters the next inning before a walk and a hit, and was charged with a run. 3-1 to Helton.
That's about where his fastball tops out, and he's kept the fastball on Todd Helton this entire at bat, all through 4 pitches. You know, for Kulangas, it's not necessarily his stuff, it's his deception. High leg kick, herky-jerky delivery. The whole idea with pitching is to don't throw exactly as hard as you appear to throw.
Kulangas comes in and walks Todd Helton.
We talked a little bit about the motion of John Kulangas. Let's take another look at it here from a little different angle. A slow motion angle, hands held high, leg goes high. Good follow through right towards the plate right there. Unfortunately, ball 4 to Todd Helton. That is the 7th base on balls given to a left-handed hitter by Kulangas so far this year. That on-base percentage up around 380. He's only walked 2 righties.
And now right-handed batting Garrett Atkins digging in. Ball 1 down and in. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning at Coors Field in Denver. A 2-2 game until the 5th inning when the Reds scored twice. Tacked on 4 more in the 6th. Colorado got 2 of those back in the bottom of the inning. And now the Rockies knocking on the door with 2 on and 2 men out. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Garrett Atkins, who has 2 hits, including a solo home run, and has scored twice today. Gary Majeski is ready in the Reds bullpen. Although you have left-handed batting Brad Hopp in the on-deck circle, Majeski's at least, you would assume, 2 batters away. And now it is 3-0 on Garrett Atkins. This is where Stanton, having such an off season, has put so much pressure on the rookie left-hander, a former outfielder converted into a pitcher, John Kulangas. Three and 1 on Atkins. And of course, Kulangas showing no signs of backing down or succumbing to pressure. I mean, playing Major League Baseball is all about being able to handle pressure. But this was not the role the Reds envisioned for Kulangas when this season began, as he has walked back-to-back hitters since coming out of the Reds bullpen. And now the tying run will come to the plate.
Well, he's going to stay in the ball game, obviously. Jerry Narron cannot be happy. He saw something similar to this the other night when he went to the bullpen and brought in Brad Salmon, who proceeded to walk back-to-back batters. Now he brings in John Kulangas, who has been pretty dependable.
Hopp digging in. And first pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. It's 0-1.
Yeah, not a very good swing either. You're up there after a pitcher has walked the first 2 batters ahead of you. He's thinking, all right, he's going to pipe me a fastball. I'm going to be ready for it. But that was not a very good swing by Brad Hopp. You've got to come right after him now if you're John Kulangas.
Breaking ball in the dirt, and Hopp went around. Pretty evident that Hopp is not all that crazy about this Reds left hand.
He hits about 100 points higher, Hopp does, against righties than he does lefties.
What a play there by Chad Moeller. That ball is 3, 4, 5 feet outside.
Like a hockey goalie just trying to stab at the puck. This breaking ball had wild pitch written all over it. Now they're going to talk over the strategy here. Not a bad idea either. Just in the event that Todd Helton down there at second base might be flashing signs or locations to his buddy in the batter's box.
Those are the numbers you referred to a moment ago. Hopped the 1 home run against left-handers. Breaking ball low and away.
You got to get a decision right here. The last thing you want to do is get to a 3-2 count with all the runners running. Then a long single in this ballpark could score all of them.
Langus has come on and walked back-to-back batters. 2-2 pitch. 3-2, nowhere near the strike zone. Well, this is going to be the final pitch Langus throws today either way.
Well, he's only thrown really 1 strike in this at bat, and that was the first pitch he threw to Brad Hawk. Hawk check swinged on the second one, and ever since that time, it's been balls out of the strike zone.
Two on Brad Hawk. The runners get started with 2 away in the inning. We'll do it again. That may have been ball 4.
Oh, you hate that as a pitcher, though. You get to a 3-2 count, you're having a hard time throwing strikes, and then a guy battles you and fouls a pitch off. You want him to put that in play.
That was a strike. Now we'll do it again. Holiday, Helton, and Atkins get started. Bases loaded. Hawk the tying run at the plate. Unbelievable. 3 straight walks issued by Langus, and that's all for him. It'll be Majewski with the bases loaded. The tying run is standing at first, and the go-ahead run is coming to the plate. Goodness gracious. This will be part of a double switch. Conine will take over for Hatteberg, and we'll be back. Well, the veteran Bronson Arroyo coming over for, I'm sure, some words of consolation for the rookie John Langus. Langus came in with a runner at first and 2 men out in the inning, and proceeded to walk 3 consecutive batters.
Not exactly what Darren Nairn had in mind when he went to the bullpen. He could have left Matt Belisle in, but he figured lefty versus lefty. I'll stop it right here and bring in Langus to face Todd Helton. It did not work out. The bases are loaded. Gary Majewski comes in. 4th appearance of the year for this right-hander.
All right, Majewski to face your Vittore Alba, 1 for 3 and an RBI single an inning ago. The fastball is outside, ball 1.
One thing you got to figure Majewski will do is throw strikes. At least he has throughout his major league career shown himself to be pretty much around the plate.
Majewski just brought up from AAA Louisville on the 24th of May. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball weakly hit into right center field. Wise going to wave off Jr. and a job well done indeed by Gary Majewski. The Rockies leave them loaded. They're handed a run and trail by 3 as we go to the 8th. I want to remind you, coming up later tonight, starting at 8 o'clock on FSN Ohio, watch the Pride Fighting Championships. Then get in the ring as 8 of the toughest Cowboys compete, followed by the FSN Final Score that's coming up tonight on FSN Ohio. Gary Majewski taking care of business, getting Torre Alba on the fly ball to center, leaving the bases loaded and sending us to the 8th inning with the Reds in front 8-5. The 5th pitcher used today by manager Clint Hurdle. veteran right-hander LaTroy Hawkins.
You know, I'd imagine if you're interviewing a managerial candidate here in Colorado, the #1 question you'd have to ask and find out about that managerial candidate is, can you handle managing a bullpen? Because that's got to be the most important thing in this ballpark. And Clint Hurlow's been running them in and out of here all series long. LaTroy Hawkins, former Minnesota Twin, Chicago Cub, coming in here to pitch the top of the 8th.
A good day again for Edwin Encarnacion. 3 more hits. So he takes away 1 ball and 1 strike. Edwin has scored twice and knocked in a run. He'll be followed by Brandon Phillips and then Dwayne Wise. One hopper, gloved by Helton for the first out in the 8th. Every game on this road trip comes your way here on FSN Ohio. A day off tomorrow for the Reds, and then we'll see the defending world champion Cardinals starting on Tuesday night from Busch Stadium. And Georgie will be back on Tuesday night. George Grant for that entire series alongside Mr. Welch. I'm sure George is chilling out back on the home front, hanging with the family, with his mom probably watching the ball game right now. So George, we hope you're doing well and look forward to seeing you in St. Louis.
You better believe it. Had an 8-2 lead an inning ago. Jerry Naren's wondering, when is it going to be easy? When can we just have one of those automatic wins where you score 8 or 9 runs, you hold the other team down, you relax and don't have to fret, you don't strain the bullpen. You just get the feeling watching this ball club, Tom, that it's not going to be a year of a lot of automatic wins.
You know what happens when you're down in that dugout, and I've talked to managers, you know, through the years, when you're having years like this, is you just want to see a 1, 2, 3 inning. I mean, and I'm not even being, you know, facetious about it. I mean, it gets to a point where, you know, you have a, like you just said, as Phillips has gone on strikes, where you have a 6-run lead, and now the team gets 2. All right, now the lead is down to 4, and then it's a 3-run lead, and the bases are loaded, and you know you're maneuvering and trying to think ahead. What am I going to do when that lefty comes up in another inning? You just want to see somebody get the ball, go to the mound, and deliver a 1, 2, 3 inning.
Well, I think every bit as important as that, Tom, is to have a manager know when you go to the bullpen what to expect. And especially when it comes in to throwing strikes or balls. I mean, you have to go to the bullpen knowing that the guy you bring in there is going to throw the ball over the plate.
Nice pick up there by Helton to take away another base hit for Wise. And a 1, 2, 3, 8 for LaTroy Hawkins. Let's see if Majeski can deliver a 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 8th. Colorado comes to bat in the bottom half of the 8th inning on this Sunday afternoon in Denver. The Reds with an 8-5 lead, trying to make it back-to-back series wins on this road trip through Houston, now Denver. One more stop begins Tuesday in St. Louis. And Gary Majeski on the mound to face the bottom part of Colorado's batting order. It starts with the number 8 hitter Jamie Carroll, the pinch hitter Jeff Baker in the on-deck circle. And then we roll back to the top of the order and Willie Taveras. One and 2 to Carroll.
You know, when you have a guy who's injured his arm like Gary Majeski, a shoulder injury especially, hasn't had it operated on, but, you know, you're always looking for signs in his delivery to show you that his arm's barking a little bit. I don't see that right now, Gary Majeski. Free and easy is his motion. Got a little action on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That was a slider.
A base hit begins the bottom of the 8th inning for Colorado. Time for our John Morrell hot dog play of the game.
Norris Hopper in center for Dwayne Wise in center field, firing it all the way into the plate, cut off by Chad Moeller, and that was the Rockies running themselves out of a big inning right there. Willie Taveras was on second base, and Kaz Matsui thought that he would score with no play at the plate. Matsui ended up trying second base, and Hopper was involved in that play. Chad Moeller gunned him down. Good defense by the Reds.
Base hit in the left center field by Baker, so the tying run will come to the plate yet again for Colorado.
Well, he got a breaking ball up to the last batter, Jamie Carroll, who lined it up the middle for a base hit. That was a first pitch fastball that was ripped into center field. This is an interesting situation right here because you've got Willie Taveras up at the plate and Edwin Encarnacion. The last couple of times that Taveras has been up, he's been very, very shallow, but you can't get too shallow there. You've got to be able to get back to the bag in the event the Rockies try to have a double steal. So if you don't bring the third baseman in enough, you're almost giving Willie Taveras a green light to say, go ahead and bunt. Get those runners over. They're down by 3, but they'll take 2 right here.
And Majeski has fallen behind 2-0.
If you're Edwin Encarnacion, the one thing that you can be thankful for is that Taveras normally does not pull the ball on the ground over towards third base. He's had a bunt hit and a slicing double in the right center field. So he usually, when he swings the bat, hits it right at the shortstop.
Boy, this can be painful. Just downright painful. Imagine what it's like for him. Three and 1 to count. Bunted out in front of the plate. They're not going to get it. Wouldn't have even if Moeller fields the ball cleanly. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. This is almost Brett Butler-like. Butler was one of those guys in his career, you knew he was going to bunt and you could never throw him out.
You know, the amazing thing about Taveras is how quick he gets down the line from the right-handed batter's box. He's almost got a little bit of a jump as he punts the ball running. If you don't field that ball cleanly on the first or second hop, you have no chance of getting him at first base. And David Weathers has been up and throwing down the Reds bullpen. I'm wondering if they're going to go to him. It'll be another 2-inning save for Weathers.
David Weathers already has the most 4 or more out saves in Major League Baseball this season. And today the Reds need 6 outs from David Weathers.
David Weathers comes into an 8-5 ball game. The bases are loaded for the Rockies, and he needs 6 outs to nail down a save. And one of the problems in this situation for David Weathers is, he'll face Kaz Matsui, a left-handed hitter with the bases loaded. But he'll also face Todd Helton at some point in this inning, also a lefty. So now you've got a right-hander coming in to face 2 of the better left-handed hitters the Rockies have, and maybe the best left-handed hitter in the league right now in Todd Helton.
J.J. Putz of Seattle, along with David Weathers, tied for the most 4+ out saves in baseball. So here are the two relievers that Jerry Narron has brought in today. John Kuhlangas faced 3 batters and walked every one of them. Majeski came on, got the final out with the bases loaded in the 7th inning. And then Majeski allows 3 straight hits to begin the 8th inning. One and one on Matsui. Down the right field line, it'll go into the corner, and it's going to tie this game up. So there is rounding third. The throw into third is not going to be in time. Absolutely unbelievable. The Reds led this game 8-2.
The 8th inning has been like a Bermuda Triangle, a traveling Bermuda Triangle that has followed the Reds in every National League stop. And Kaz Matsui, he doesn't help the cause of the Reds, but he brings them to their feet here at Coors Field with a triple down the right field line, drives them all in, ties the ball game up, and he is 90 feet away from the go-ahead run.
I'm not sure there's anything else you can say that hasn't been said already. 1-1 account. No, the Reds have not lost this game today. They might lose, they might not. But when you can't hold an 8-2 lead going into the bottom of the 6th inning, I don't care if you're playing in Denver, in Maine, or on the moon. Something is grossly wrong. You really got to feel for Jerry Narron.
I mean, what does he have to go to down the bullpen?
That's right. What can he
really
do about
has, aside from David Weathers, who has been consistent all year long, he really does have nobody else that he can go to. I mean, it's not his best choice and first choice to bring David Weathers in the 8th inning with nobody out and have to face Matsui and Todd Helton, left-handed hitters, in the inning with the bases loaded. I mean, he's got to have some help somewhere. And you know what? These guys are trying the best they can, but John Kuhlangas is a first-year player. They're trying to hide a Rule 5 draftee down there. They've got other guys that maybe aren't ready to be big league pitchers in the bullpen.
Well, Holliday gone on strikes. That's the first out of the inning. So the go-ahead run still stands at third. And now it's Todd Helton. You know what? For my money, I'm walking this guy. There is no way he's swinging a bat here. They're going to walk it. Good.
Yep.
There's just no way. Helton's almost impossible to strike out. You want to set up the double play here.
I mean, at the very least, Todd Helton will be able to hit a fly ball on command. This way, you're able to play your infield back. You have a chance at David Weathers, a sinker ball pitcher, keeps the ball down, gets a ground ball, and if it's at somebody, you can turn a double play, get out of the inning, while having only given up runs to make it a tie.
Garrett Atkins coming to the plate. We talked about how Atkins has struggled so much so far this year, and then when you know it today, it's a home run to left field in the 2nd inning. A little pop fly double that was barely fair down the right field line. He later scored in the 4th. He's popped to center and drawn a walk. The home run was mashed.
He got a fastball up early in the ball game to Matt Belisle, and Atkins put a pretty good swing on it. Had 2 strikes on him at the time. In fact, he was throwing the ball by him low and away. Atkins pulling off the ball very badly, but he got one in there he could bail into.
Strike 1 from Weathers. 0-2. Seen so many games just like this one in his 5+ years as Colorado manager in this ballpark. Little pop fly in a short left field. Coming on to get it is Norris Hopper, and he'll fire back into the cutoff man. So that's a second out of the inning for David Weathers, and the go-ahead run still stands at third base. Brad Hawpe with runners on the corners and 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th in an 8-8 game, and it is 9-8 Colorado.
After working so hard to strike out Matt Holliday, you walk Todd Helton, you get Garrett Atkins on a harmless short fly ball, and the first pitch swinging. Brad Hawpe lines one in up the middle for a base hit to put the Rockies up. 4 runs in the inning. 7 runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th so far.
You may remember Matt Belisle left this game after giving up 2 runs in the 6th inning. The Reds had an 8-4 lead. Belisle retired the first 2 batters in the 7th. He allowed a single to Matt Holliday. And that's when Jerry Naron brought in John Koutlankas to face Todd Helton. Since then, walk, bases loaded walk, fly ball to get out of the inning. Hit, 3-run triple, an out, a walk, an out, a run scoring single. Colorado closer Brian Fuentes is ready. He's been up since this inning started, just in case. Oh, please tell me that lady holding that little child down there. Please tell me that little child did not get hit with that foul ball. Looks like she's all right. Oh, thank God for that. One and 2 to Torrey Albert. Runners go, and a swing and a foul ball back out of play, and that round of applause you hear is a little girl down there who may have been hit by that foul ball, but oh, thank God she's all right. Just scared, I'm sure. Inning over, but not before the Rockies come up with 4 to take the lead. They've scored 7 in the last 3 innings. Fans, don't forget this the following Friday on June the 15th, I beg your pardon. It's Ken Griffey Jr. home run poster night. The first 30,000 fans receive a poster of the future Hall of Famer. So come on out to Great American Ballpark Friday night, June 15th. Ken Griffey Jr. home run poster night. Look forward to that. Colorado with a 4-run 8th to take a 9-8 lead. And now on to try and nail it down is the Rockies closer, who got the save, his 16th of the year in last night's game, Brian Fuentes.
He's got 12 straight now, Fuentes does. He's only blown one on the year. Left-hander that gives you kind of a low arm angle, lots of breaking balls that try to nip the outside corner to right-handers. He's got a fastball that sometimes he works underneath it a little bit, and he can get up to around 90, 91 miles an hour, and it can give the impression that it rises on you. Very, very capable left-handed closer.
Juan Castro to lead things off. And it's ball one high. Castro today 1 hit in 3 at-bats with an RBI. He'll be followed by Chad Molding. And then Jeff Conine. 2-0. Boy, this Colorado crowd, man. I mean, here's a guy having a real good year, a 2-time All-Star. He finds himself behind 2-0, and the Boo Birds are out.
Good idea right there by Juan Castro, thinking about right field, because Fuentes is a guy that normally will try to get right-handers out on that outside part of the plate. You pitch inside here enough at Coors Field for strikes, you'll give up some bombs. They're going to come in a little bit right here. All for show.
Still throwing 2 to Castro. Payoff pitch coming to the Red shortstop. In the air, left center field, hit a long way, and this ball is bouncing up and over the wall, off the wall. A double by Juan Castro, leading off the Reds' 9th inning, and he represents a tying run. Been a good day today for Castro.
What a clutch hit for Juan Castro. He is a player that, in my estimation, doesn't get enough playing time. This guy is a little bit more valuable, and I think the Reds give him credit. You know what kind of defense he plays, and he's got a little pop in his bat, as he shows you right there. Willie Taveras pinched way around towards right center field. That ball one hops the wall. He puts himself into scoring position, and it's pretty academic as to what Chad Moeller will be doing up there in this at bat.
Well, I've never bought into that theory, Chris. I don't know if you're one of them, where you play to win on the road and to tie at home. I've never understood that logic.
No, but I'll tell you what I do in this situation that I like is that I give the hitter one swing of the bat to try to hit the ball to the right side. He may do it with a base hit. And if he can't do it that way, I want him to put the bunt down and make sure you get a runner to third base in less than 2.
Shows bunt on the pitch high, ball 1. We saw Moeller put down a suicide squeeze today back in the 2nd inning. For Chad, his first sacrifice of any kind this year in very limited playing time. Oh, and now they have it picked off, but it's thrown into center field. Can you believe that? You could see it coming a mile away. The shortstop Carroll sneaking in behind Castro. He was picked off, no doubt about it. And Fuentes throws it into center field.
I mean, he had him halfway to third base. Little spin move right there, an awkward looking spin move actually. But he turns and steps a second, so there's no balk, and boy, oh boy, the Reds are fortunate there.
So now the tying run at third with nobody out. Infield in. Well, you got to figure no way. Although I guess you never know. No way would you ask Moeller to suicide here. Not down a run in the ninth inning with nobody out.
No.
Fly ball short right. I don't think this is going to do it. Hoff's got it. And they won't even think about running on his arm. One away.
The ball had a lot of hang time, and it gave Brad Hopp plenty of time to get under it. He has a strong arm, and he shows you how accurate he is with this throw. Right on the money. Little short hop of Yorvit Torrealba there. He smothers it and makes sure the Juan Castro goes nowhere.
Well, the infield remains in. And Jeff Conine, the batter, he has been so good in these situations so far this season.
I love this stat. I mean, this shows me a guy that can put the ball in play when you have to.
Strike one. Conine today, this is his first at bat. He came on defensively, you may remember, as part of a double switch. When Gary Majeski entered the game in the seventh inning. Into center field, and Conine has tied the game. 9-9.
Good, quick, short swing by Jeff Conine. He's just trying to put the ball into the outfield there, and he lays a line drive right back up the middle. Boy, does he give left-handers a hard time.
We talked about him earlier. Guy's a pro. Now Norris Hopper, a 3-hit day, has been on base 4 times. And he bunts it over the screen, foul and out of play. So after the Reds give up the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning, they come back to tie it here in the 9th. A double by Castro, a throwing error by Fuentes, and a single in the center by Conine. One and one. Two balls and a strike on Hopper. We mentioned earlier Hopper, a .500 batter on his road trip. 12 hits and 24 at bats. And a 2-2 pitch coming to Hopper. Nope. A throw to first. I would not be surprised to start a runner here. Hopper generally pretty doggone good at putting the bat on the ball. Nope. 3-2.
Now you start him.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting pitch right there, a 2-2 changeup by Brian Fuentes. That's got to be his 3rd or 4th best pitch.
Well, David Weather's spot is due up next, and that's David Ross standing with a helmet on and bat in hand in the on-deck circle. And the runner wasn't going there. A number by the mound. They get one, they get two. The Reds get a break on a throwing error by Fuentes. Conine knocks in a tying run. 9-9, we go to bottom 9. 9-9 game, bottom of the 9th inning coming up at Coors Field in Denver. Our Panasonic Plasma Speed of Sports. The game-tying 3-run triple off the bat of Kaz Matsui and the Colorado 4-run 8th. They wound up taking the lead by a run, but the Reds come back to tie it in the top of the 9th. So David Weathers still on the mound. It'll be Jamie Carroll, Chris Iannetta, and then Willie Taveras. Carroll started the 4-run 8th with a single. Trouble here. Nope, Junior had him played that way. One away. Iannetta fly ball in a straightaway center field. Playable out there for Wise, and there are two away in the bottom of the 9th. Well, if I'm Taveras, I mean, why wouldn't you bunt again? Until they prove they can throw you out. He already has 2 more bunt hits in the game today. 3 hits overall. Why not give that guy in the on-deck circle a chance to do more damage? He is swinging one hot bat right now. Encarnacion way in on the grass at third. 1-1 on Taveras. Matsui, a couple of hits today and 3 runs batted in. Still 1-2 on Taveras. We'll do it again.
Hanging in there tough against a pretty good slider. David Weathers is flipping up there. Weathers' spot is first up in the inning. Weathers has gone as many as 3 innings in a ball game. 6 times this year he has gone more than 1 inning.
Inning over. We're on our way to extra innings, where the Reds this season are 2-3. The Rockies are 4-3. Well, Jeff Piccolo is standing by for Reds Live, which comes up after every game here on FSN Ohio. Jeffrey down there, very busy preparing for Reds Live coming up Joe sitting alongside of Jeff Pecoro. And Joe, Jeff doesn't seem like a very friendly guy sitting next to you right there. Jeff wearing out that gum.
He's wanting to know exactly how it's going to end so that he can get his show ready to go.
Adam Dunn batting for David Weathers against a new pitcher, Manuel Corpus. Talked about him last night. Now, well, he has thrown the ball since going from a starter to a reliever in the minor leagues. Adam Dunn, originally in the starting lineup today, filled out by Jerry Narron. But Adam wasn't feeling well yesterday and apparently feeling a lot worse today. So out he went. And Ken Griffey Jr., who was supposed to get a day off, was inserted into right field, and Norris Hopper moved over to left. It'll be Dunn, followed by Jr., and then Encarnacion here in the Reds' 10th inning. Three and one. Into center field, a base hit by Adam off the Reds bench. Good way to get it started here in the 10th.
Rockies one of the few teams that do not put a shift on for Adam Dunn, and he exploits it by hitting the ball just right of the mound and gets a base hit to start the inning off. I'm not sure how well Adam feels all day long, but that's got to make him feel a little better.
Told you those numbers a moment ago. 8th extra inning game already this year for Colorado. Now Junior. Junior had 2 hits in the opening game of this series. Went 0 for 4 last night. 0 for 3 today with a pair of walks and a run scored. Well, the Reds certainly could have phoned it in when they came to bat there in the top half of the 9th inning. They had given up ultimately an 8-2 lead in this game. Went to 9-8 Colorado with a 4-run bottom of the 8th. Well, the Reds tied it in the 9th, and now with a win still would make it back-to-back series wins on this road trip. They need to really bear down here. It's been a long day. It's been a rough day. In some ways, it's been a good day. In some ways, it's been a very ugly day. But these are the kinds of games, if you seriously want to try to find a way to get your season turned around, the Reds, from a mental standpoint, have got to bear down and find a way to win this game. Pull to the right side. Matsui for 1. And that's a double play.
Good double play turn by the Rockies right here. The ball goes to the left of the second baseman. Adam Dunn tries the best he can to upset the runner, or the shortstop, turning the ball over out there. Jamie Carroll able to spin off the bag and get the throw away.
Now Encarnacion. Pulled foul. 3 hits and 5 at bats today for Edwin. An RBI, 2 singles, a double, and a pair of runs scored. Slow breaking ball there. 0-2. Oh, and 2 again on Encarnacion. And everybody was on their way to the dugout thinking strike 3. They better hang on a minute. Ball 1 down low.
Corpus has some pretty good moving stuff. His slider's not bad. He's thrown a changeup already, and he's got a fastball that at 93 has some serious hair on it. I mean, that ball's got some dive and some movement.
And there's strike 3. Fastball at 94. 1 hit, nobody left. Rockies bat in the bottom of the 10th. Matsui to lead things off in a 9-9 affair. We talked about we've seen a lot of Reds fans in town over the weekend. And the Reds trying to send them home happy by winning 2 out of 3 here in Denver. The Reds led this game today, believe it or not, by an 8-2 score. The Rockies got 2 in the 5th. I beg your pardon, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 4 in the 8th to take the lead. You get a look at their in-game box score. A big bases clearing 3-run triple by Matsui, which tied the game in the 8th inning. A go-ahead RBI single by Brad Hawk to make it 9-8 at the end of 8. The Reds tied the game on a double by Castro and an RBI single by Conine in the 9th. And here we are in the bottom of the 10th.
It's been just about a week since Victor Santos has taken the mound. That was against the Pittsburgh Pirates in the Kirk Saarloos game. The Reds needed a lot of innings out of their bullpen, and Santos was the first man out of the chute. 4 1/3 innings. That's the longest outing this year by a Reds reliever. So with a week off, he's got to figure he's pretty well rested.
Two and one on Matsui.
21 games for Victor, 30 1/3 innings already.
Done a good job most of the time so far this year. Base hit in the right field again by Matsui.
That guy is absolutely on fire.
No question. He can hit. Matsui 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. Matt Holliday, the batter. Winning run aboard to begin this Colorado 10th inning. And again, Santos going to pay a lot of attention to Kaz Matsui.
Yeah, he may be getting some of those throw over signs from the Reds dugout.
Well, you can't forget the guy at the plate leads the major leagues in hits. That would be Holliday. He has 2 more today and has scored a pair of runs. And now they throw it away. Matsui is going to stop right there at second base.
Well, the odds of actually picking a guy off are very, very minimal. If you're a right-handed pitcher, you're just not going to pick very many good base runners off. You can hope to shut down the running game, or at least shorten up the lead a little bit. But if you chart the number of times a right-handed pitcher picks a runner off versus the number of times he fires it down the right field line wins.
The ball was so off target, Conine could not even put a glove on it.
It's a complicated play by nature, because for the most part, if you miss to the fair side of the field, the first baseman's got the runner to try to jump over in order to get that ball. Very tough play to make for a first baseman.
Winning run at second base, and it's up and away to Holiday. One and one. Nothing wrong with those numbers, but generally, I'd like to see those a little higher for Holiday. If you're going to hit 340 overall, that one in the air and out of play. I mean, you'll never quarrel with a guy hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. But generally, the big run producers, I mean the guys knocking in 120, 125, 130, those guys generally, their season average is one number, and that runner in scoring position number is even higher than that. Runner at second is the winning run. Nobody out here in the 10th. And Holiday gone on strikes. Moeller going to pick it up and fire down to make sure, and they get the out there.
That's a huge strikeout right there for Victor Santos.
Well, that's just a terrible at bat by Holiday. It's not winning baseball.
He throws a little splitter up there right now, and good job by Chad Moeller. Boy, Moeller does the things just fundamentally sound. Gets down there and blocks it. So, and this is the only move that are really available to the Reds. You cannot pitch to Todd Helton here.
Second straight at bat that Helton has been intentionally walked. And the third time he's been walked overall today. Helton came into the game, as he always is every single year, among the league leaders in several categories. He's second overall in on-base percentage in the National League. And I'll give you one guess who he's second to in on-base percentage. You don't even have to look that up.
The guy that collects more walks than anybody, and that's why his on-base percentage is so high. No one wants to pitch to Barry Bonds.
You got it.
And today the Reds don't want to pitch to Todd Helton.
Barry Bonds' on-base percentage is almost 500. It's unbelievable.
I mean, isn't that a job of the hitter, though, is just not making out?
There you see Helton, the second most walks in the league, second to the man we're talking about. All right, winning run at second. Double play ball in order here, perhaps, for Victor Santos. 9-9 game in the bottom of the 10th inning. And it's ball one to Garrett Atkins. Atkins has homered, doubled, scored twice. In 4 at-bats, he's also drawn a walk. 2-0, and look out on this next pitch.
Well, they've been successful against Garrett Atkins today when they pitch him away. He's been bailing away a little bit, one of the reasons why he's scuffling so badly this year. But he hit a home run early on a pitch left in and out over the plate. Like that.
And there's a base hit in the left field, and the Rockies have won the game 10-9 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. On a day where the Reds led this game 8-2 in the 6th inning. Man, this is a tough loss. (10-9) our final. We'll be back.